Meteor F Atomic. This is how I dance. And this is a new Sterile Records cassette. Only 40 years in the making, this one. There he goes. Danny Ayres. My brother Danny made this cassette in this recording 40 years ago. And in Sheffield, in the Steel City, in that little creative hub of electronic music, really, that was Sheffield. What can I say about this? The early sound of Nocturnal Emissions is attributable to hand-built synthesizers and a very DIY approach to electronics, partly from Danny and partly because we were very much a DIY group, weren't we, really? Total experimentalists, total tinkerers from the start. There he is. This photograph is taken from the film Testament. I say Testament of Youth, but that's a bit written, isn't it? No, it's the film Statement of Youth, the birth of British sport climbing. And this was taken in the place he was living. He's actually lying in a heap of filth, really, on the floor in this sort of filthy house in Sheffield, in Hunter Hill House, in the house on Pooh Corner in Sheffield, in this disgusting mess. I think he was unconscious when that was taken, or at least asleep. Yeah, so he built this, he's age 16, 17 there. He built this synthesizer from the sort of components that go into these Space Invaders machines, you know, these chips that got, it's got about 24 prongs on them or something. But it was built from one of these, I believe. I think that was the underlying circuitry of it. But it was just like this trunk, and it was full of these, like, all these hand painted panels, painted with that humble enamel paint in all these sort of primary colours. And it was like a suitcase, and it was all faulty. It would you know, would never repeat what it did the first time again, because obviously it was built under these kind of conditions. And we did this one gig in this trade union centre in Brabant Road in North London, and on the bill was Nocturnal Emissions in ski masks back then for that occasion, or would have been. Also on the bill was Murder Workers, or Murder Werkers, which was a little combo that Jeff Rushton, who was later John Balance of Coil, that was his sort of his band name back then. There was Jeff Rushton, and then there was Lustmord. I think this would have been the first London gig for, well, it would be for the first London gig for Jeff. It would be the first London gig for Lustmord, and the first London gig for this one here. No, well, first solo London gig for him, but it didn't happen.